Hello and welcome back to Round 3 Back 9 coverage of the New Zealand Disc Golf Championships. Nationals is here and we have just 9 holes left to go before we crown your 2023 champion. This is MPO Lead Card coverage brought to you by MDG Media. I'm Connor Wood and with me is Andrew Gum.
Yeah, back here for the conclusion. We got a 3-way tie at the top. Here you see it. Jayden, Watkinson, Nate Perkins, and Maxime Tanghe all tied at 17. And Nate with a real heater there to finish it off. Ended up 5 down through the last 4. He's on absolute fire.
Just blistering as we move on to hole 10, par 4, 165 meters. This will be a big straight shot off the tee as you approach this OB Island green right before the basket, and with OB directly behind the basket on all sides, these players will go with a lot of power down the middle and then hopefully a lot of touch up to the green. This little mound really complicating things. But great ground play here on the approach. You can slide up, you can skip up, you can spike down. It's a free game.
8 on the box. Lining up a backhand. Taking no time at all and putting it straight up there. Nice and safe.
I think on this one with no real danger off the tee shot, it's quite easy to just walk up and throw something straight to Heiser.
Yeah, I think the only risk comes if you're really trying for too much, which is not a whole lot of an advantage to do.
No, agreed. Same reason that you wouldn't really see something like a roller.
Yeah.
Which for some of these guys could potentially get themselves circle 2 or something like that, because it's just not worth the risk.
It's too risky indeed. Ethan, after a really slow front 9, this one looks like it's getting a little bit away from him. It might be out. Oh, maybe not.
Playing with the left hand will benefit him, though, with that tree on the right. I think he'll just be able to straddle out. Maxime pushing this driver down the right side, skipping up right before that OB Island. He will be in a great spot.
Nicely done.
And as you mentioned on the front 9, a little bit of tension now on the card. Almost palpable.
Indeed, you can really.
As the smiles and jokes are gone, the focus has arrived.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's so close.
Looked like it was half-half.
So close. He's happy to...
I think he smiled. I think he got the safe call there from someone closer up.
Yeah, that was almost a big mistake there from Nate, but gonna get away with it. It is a super touchy upshot. Oh, that's perfect.
But there's some super touch from Ethan.
Exactly. Right on point. Under the basket. Jayden's so good with this zone. He hasn't really had any mistakes with it. And again, looks perfect.
Oh, and he is in the zone.
Hits the base. Tap in birdie. Maxime to keep his share of the lead. He's going to need to put it close. Taking his link. And just putting a nice soft... Oh, maybe a little juicy, but settles up nice.
Yeah, sat down nicely. This could be scary, though.
A little nervy.
With OB directly behind. Oh, he drills it. Solid birdie.
And he's pumped up about that. To 18 down. And Nate's actually closer than him, so... You can bury this, then we'll have still a 3-way tie at the top. Oh, par.
Oh, I believe he was OB.
Okay.
Yeah, he must have been OB then on that second upshot.
Hey.
Friendly double drop there from Jayden and Ethan for their birdies. Very nice.
Yeah.
As Nate falls one behind those 2 leaders, Ethan gets a solid birdie.
Yep. So Nate's birdie. Yeah, go
And
ahead.
here, a separator. Hole 11, par 5, 328 meters. An enormous hole demanding big controlled power straight down the middle. With OB on all sides, these players are going to need to throw bomb after bomb of controlled distance to fight their way up there. Most players are going to pitch up before this left OB inlet, and then often trying to play out the left side on their second shot from the right OB inlet. These guys are really going to need to control their shots, angles, skips, turn and fade, the whole deal. Oh, as we see a quick shot there. That's what you got to do on these par fives, or they take forever.
We appreciate that. Definitely a long course.
Is that his
I
essence?
think so. Might be going for the roller. Or it could be an instinct.
No, definitely
instinct,
not.
I think. Sorry. Uh-oh.
Maybe even the mutant.
Oh, could be, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, he danced right up to that line. I think he's safe, but a little too close for comfort.
Indeed. Big left to right mover. Nice finish and center fairway.
Jayden from the right side of the fairway. He's going to use the width as much as possible to avoid that second OB. I really like how he's been playing this hole both days, just safe the whole way up there.
Well executed. Smart, safe game plan. This is most certainly a mutant.
He likes it.
Voila. Perfectly done.
And that's all you need. Keep it safe, keep it in the middle. And on his third, I think, is when he's going to go big, try to get his way to the green. Nate with a very similar line to Jayden, using all of that width. Oh, not quite swinging it back.
Oh.
I think that one flipped up a little bit much on him. I think he wanted a one-angle shot or at least more of a hyzer finish.
Here he is, throwing 4. Nice move on this one. See if it can stay straight. Flares off a little, but pretty good effort there. You'll have a long look at the par save. Already thrown in from further. Let's see how aggressive he gets.
Yeah, great point. He's got the feeling today. His touch on those discs is fantastic so far. Jayden with a great touch here. Gets himself up into the circle for a birdie putt. Really nicely done. Solid game plan. He just executes it every time.
I think this is instinct.
And Max knows Jayden is up there in the circle, putting for birdie. They are both tied now. As you see that buttery smooth slide up there, he will also have an edge of circle putt. Really interesting dynamic as we get to these final holes with just having the information, the privilege of putting it closer and then getting to putt second. Having that extra knowledge and information helps the decision making. Ethan with only one decision made.
That was great. Another good bid at it. A little short that time. Big moment here.
Jayden, to push himself into the lead.
Oh, just short. A little roll away. Not too far, though. So, chance for Max to gain the outright lead here. Just inside the circle, about 8 or 9 meters. Oh, sails it past on the right, and he's still out. No.
And he does it again. Oh, you see the frustration just holding on to these putters a bit too long.
Think that's a nerf?
As he goes clean past it both times. I don't know, he's been pretty solid on lead card. Even beginning of this round, he was playing a great game.
Jayden taps in his bogey, and Max is going to have a little bit of work left to do still to get his bogey.
Oh, I thought Jayden had the par save there. Oh, Max giving it a stab.
4 putt.
A 4 putt on hole 11 as he closes it out. Takes a double.
What a disaster. Hate to see it. I mean, he's still right in this, but that was a chance for him to take the outright lead. Instead, he's going to be dropping back.
Nate right up here, tapping in also his bogey. That will put Jayden at 17, 1 stroke in the lead over Maxime and Nate at 16. We move on to the next par 5, hole 12, considerably less OB than hole 11, but much longer. At 360 meters, these players will need to give it their all. The only real danger is going into the previous fairway on the right side. They'll be swinging back parallel all the way around with a soft left to right shape and then some final guardian trees. This one really is a fine hole to get par on, and birdie doable, but probably easier than hole 11 by a touch despite it being longer.
Yeah, maybe a little less OB, but still a very difficult long hole. These guys' power, though, they can
I
attack.
think likely less. Yeah, true. Less birdies and less bogeys, I would guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Than hole 11.
Sure. Jayden, I believe this is the destroyer. Working it left to right, and it comes back nicely. Good drive.
Yeah, real smooth turn with the destroyer there. Must have had a ton of power.
It does have really smooth power.
Nate, I think he's looking again for that cut roller, hoping that this will stand up and begin to turn right now as it enters the gallery. There is no danger on the left side, so although that might not be ideal, it is totally fine.
Yeah, failed to stand up all the way, but still a good distance, and he's just off there on the left side, which is, like you said, no harm, no foul. Maxime trying to unleash some frustration here with his force. Big drive.
And he has, playing also to that left side, keeps it a little less wide. He'll have a bit more distance, less rather, to the pin than Nate. A bit more distance off the tee.
Make sure you sign up for MDG Media's Patreon account. The exclusive content and giveaways, and they really appreciate the support to help make this type of coverage possible. Good move on that one. Nate puts it right up there. Center fairway.
Very solid line. And Ethan quietly stringing some birdies together now. He's got 2 in a row so far on this back 9. We'll see if he can find a third. Wow, nice late flip up despite having the nose up there. Really pushed that one out and swung it back in. And Jayden likely looking for a full distance line, trying to turn something over here, and he has.
Nice.
Very
Nice one.
smooth.
Maxime using the force again. True Jedi. Mashing it.
And may the force be with you.
Yeah.
He slides it
Nice
right
work.
up. Pretty solid position. He'll have, I think, just a nice little upshot there to find his birdie. Look.
Great upshot.
Oh,
That was so good. Into the bullseye. From way out there. Very nicely done.
and I think that'll be Ethan securing his third birdie in a row. Despite a slow start, these other guys have begun to falter, and he is picking up steam. As the gap is beginning to close, Nate catches a pretty tricky branch, leaving him maybe 30, 35 short. Now, he's put it in from that range already, but 2 in a round
Asking a lot.
would be tough, yeah.
Jayden with the zone.
This looks great. If he can sit it down without a big skip.
Oh,
And
on
there it
point.
is.
As per usual. Very nicely done. Let's hope Maxime can put this close after those nervy putts. Taking the mutant. And just behind that tree. He's really close, though. I think he should be able to straddle. Shouldn't be an issue. Another nice, soft bit at it, but not quite enough steam on that one to get it in. Great to see that.
No hesitancy there, though. Yeah, gives a shrug.
Yeah, he must have just had a lapse of concentration on that last hole. Maybe he started to realize he was in the driver's seat and just couldn't get his heart rate under control, or not exactly sure. But it's great to see him bounce right back with a perfect putt. Even from short range, once you get the yips, it's a scary feeling.
As Jayden finds his birdie as well, maintains his one-stroke lead at this point. Very
Nicely
solid.
done. Nate tapping in for his par. And as you said, Ethan is right back in this thing. A very unlikely scenario after what we saw on the front nine, but with this turkey start to the back nine, he's certainly back in the equation. Only 3 strokes behind.
Yeah, I hate to say it. We almost counted him out at a 6-7 stroke
did.
swing. Deficit, rather. He's right back in here now, which is super exciting as we see hole 13, par 4, 159 meters. This hole demands a straight shot that then hits the low ceiling around the Mando, pushing you to the left. A lot of these guys will be going with the wide forehand to control the height. If you really want to get aggressive, this is another prime example of a roller hole. We've seen a couple of eagle looks here. I'm not sure if we've successfully seen one caught, but definitely some looks.
Definitely people hunting it. Only 159 meters, but yeah, one.
Man, we're just 3 strokes between Ethan in 4th and Jayden in 1st.
What an amazing battle this has been. I mean, just ups and downs and gutters and strikes, and everybody's just really fighting for this big win here. Got 3.
Oh, can he beat it?
I think he just got. Oh, he got knocked down right in front of it, so he'll be safe. But yeah, very cool to see 3 different countries and 3 different really regions of the globe represented on this lead card. That's the roller play with the
Battle of the regions, Battle of the islands as well. Here, the North and South Islands coming together for nationals.
right. That Essence roller.
That is way up there.
Really nicely done. That's going to be an easy birdie, and if he's feeling it, can give it a run. This is Nate's roller disc as well. Not sure if he... Oh,
As he snuck through. We'll see if this turns over right. Unfortunately, holds the cut angle the whole way. Tons of distance. Still a pretty easy birdie from there, but didn't quite have a putt at it. Bit of a wonky looking disc there in Jayden's hand. A base plastic. Looks like it's hit a couple trees in its
Yeah,
day.
I think this is a buzz. A little long, just outside the circle. 11 meters for his birdie look.
And Ethan, if he can put this close, might string 4 in a row. Hits the tree. He will have a long look from a low ceiling.
Yeah.
And Nate went so wide, he can actually play the back door here.
That worked out real well. Routine approach and almost certain birdie for Nate. He's having a little bit of trouble here on the back nine. Finished super hot on the front, so he's looking to get that momentum back and push for the win. 2 strokes behind currently. Eagle run, soft bid, tap in birdie. Yeah, Ethan, who had tried to play that skip shot on his approach, hit that beautiful guardian tree and has to lay up. Oh!
Jayden's so close.
Right corner pocket just slides out. Heavy chains, but
That'll be Nate and Max likely taking a stroke back on Jayden now.
that means we got a tie at the top. And Nate just 1 stroke behind them. Incredible action here. Super tight race, plenty of drama. No way to predict what the outcome's going to be. Everybody's definitely feeling the nerves here and there. And they're thirsty for it.
18 down, the leading score. We go to hole 14. Par 4, 145 meters. A very precise, demanding tunnel shot the entire way. Thick rough, also OB, left, right, long. These players will need to pure 2 shots directly down the middle. You can expect to see something likely low speed, very soft landing. You don't want to catch any huge flares or skips. Once you do get up to the green, you'll have a very tricky, sharp dogleg to the right with big guardians. Even if you slide your way up there, you can have a very awkward putt.
Yeah, super techie tunnel shot here. Beautiful hole.
Nice.
Yep. Don't need any more than that. Straight down the middle, getting it to slide. I like the play. The problem with this forehand is it can get a little bit skippy in the end. Let's see if he can get the touch just right. Get it to land down soft. We saw him way out of position yesterday, but able to scramble for a miraculous birdie. He's going back to it, and oh, that's really smooth.
And he's again catching the skip, but very friendly to bounce back to the middle.
Yeah, great kick. Super smooth. Right down the gut. Nice.
As pure as the line gets there from Ethan. Jayden looks like he's got that buzz once again back in his hands.
Yeah, that's been his play all week. And executes it perfectly.
Max looking for a little flip up straight shot on the inside line.
Oh,
and he
wow.
makes it, actually clears it long. Doesn't touch a thing.
Well, that was a great shot. A little bit unlucky to get a lot of ground play in the end of it, but he still has a chance there. Inside the circle, I believe.
Ethan flipping something over as well. Doesn't quite fly through as clean as Max's, but he will be up there putting for birdie.
Yeah, tough to be on that side. He might not have a good look at it, but he's really close to the basket. Nate going at it. He gets caught up in those guardian trees, and he'll also have an obstructed putt.
Jayden with the best shot off the tee. knows that nobody has stuck it close. If he can put this under the basket, could put the pressure on those guys who now have to come up and putt to take the stroke off him.
Pretty good.
Oh, it'll be tricky though.
Yeah, a little bit shorter than he wanted. And we can see Nate, with a very difficult putt here, but it's that tree, and that was a tough one though. Big moment here for Jayden.
Oh, but he barely has a putt.
Yeah.
He will need to snake through these trees. Soft and hyzer out of the hand. Hyzer fade. Yeah. Such a tiny gap to try and hit.
Yeah, and he was further away than I realized.
And I feel like this is one of those greens where every day you play the hole, you'll have a different putt.
For sure. Oh, and he's feeling that. He wanted it bad. And yeah. This kind of collapses. Oh. Maxime in disbelief.
Not going to translate that one.
Didn't sound good.
Nate with a solid par. Bit of a scramble, but solid first. Second, his putt on the third connecting to the tree, I think. Common looking par for most players here. Jayden as well with a similar outcome.
Yeah. Oh, we won't see any separation here on this one. Maxime taking no time. Doesn't want to overthink it. Just really that one hole cost him. He's otherwise been putting really well.
And still tied for the lead. Don't count him out.
It's anybody's game here.
Hole 15. Par 4, 191 meters. Probably looks quite familiar, similar to some of the other holes where these players will rip a big straight shot off the tee, then contend with an island OB right before the basket where they want to slide up, avoiding the OB long, OB right, and just in case you miss your shot, there are some hazard bunkers on the left and right side as you approach the green. Keep it tight, keep it right, throw a soft shot on your up.
Nicely said. Back to the force. Huge. Yeah. Oh. Yep.
Oh, this hole is always so suspenseful because you think they might be heading for those bunkers, and we haven't seen anyone get in there yet, but they're always close.
Yeah, and the angle, it looks like they're gonna go in there, and they come up short, so might be like a little bit uphill.
I think they are deceptively far away as well, those hazard bunkers.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's ideal. Likely going to be just sliding up to the green. We'll see Ethan. I'm sure he'll be looking to get some turn out of this. Just a nice little hyzer flip. And prime placement right up there with Nate.
Oh, yeah, right next to him. Jayden taking a little more time than usual on this one, and executes a good shot, though. Safe there on the left side. No stress. Important upshot here from Nate. One stroke back of the leaders. It's a great skip off that green. And he'll be inside the circle with a birdie look.
See Ethan just in front of Nate's lie. A half meter closer. Really good with those soft hyzer up shots. Him and his brother, they both have that locked in.
Yeah, it's so smooth and effortless. They just kind of like seem to have it every time, right wherever it needs to be. Same with Jayden here.
Just chuck it up there.
Yeah.
You know, throw an overstable disc on hyzer. Just chuck it
Yeah.
up there.
No need to overthink it.
They make it look that easy.
For sure. This one.
Jayden as
Yeah.
well.
Time and time again with that zone.
Max going for the
Yeah.
link.
Off putter approach.
And-
Heart. Beautifully done.
Underneath the basket.
And that puts a little bit of pressure.
Cannot ask for more.
Knowing he's tapping in. Nate needs this to stay just one back. Great putt.
Stone cold,
Yeah,
baby.
clutch right there.
Wow.
Right in the heart, too. Never a doubt on that one. Jayden.
Jayden feeling it, takes a deep breath.
Nicely done.
Good composure.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
He's 7 down
Oh,
for the
wow.
round.
That's impressive. But yeah, you can definitely feel the tension and notice that he's starting to get a little bit nervous. But yeah, maintaining his focus good. Nice putt there. 4 down on the round from Ethan after that really slow front 9. So he's still in this. Star frame.
Thanks, Ethan. Bit of ring of the chains. He knew Maxime was there. Did it for the Europeans.
Beautiful to see.
With only 3 holes left before we crown your champion, it is anyone's to wear. Hole 16, par 3, 115 meters. A soft left to right bend in the fairway with an OB golf green on the left side, hazard bunkers, OB all along the right side on that walking path and beyond. I think a lot of these guys are going to play the soft backhand turnover, and the other 2, half of them will probably play the straight forehand. Ethan, probably just going to chuck a hyzer out there.
Yep, shapes up nice for him. Mutant. Going with the flex. Bye-bye. Knows that's fading out a little too much, and that's OB.
Very overstable disc. The right amount of anhyzer is so touchy there, especially at this distance. We'll see what Nate can manufacture here. Looking high and wide with the forehand. Drops it by the pin.
Oh.
Look at that.
Clutch drive there.
He's going to jump to 19 under if he can make that short putt.
Huge. It's too wide? No, it gets a great skip, and that's going to be perfect.
Oh, he skips over the OB. That's a smooth line.
Great shot there. Big moment for Jayden here with his Halo Destroyer. And put this close, he'll most certainly be the outright leader.
Looks a little bit wide. We'll see how much he can swing it back in. Come on.
Oh, skipping a beautiful roll. And look at that.
Oh, and he's
CTP.
parked. Unbelievable.
That was some great ground play there. Maxime giving it a soft run, but gonna be dropping.
That was, I believe, to save
Yeah,
par
yeah,
for
he was
him.
on that OB green, so
Meaning he'll have a bogey comeback.
we're gonna have a
As Ethan grabs a
nice
stroke.
one. Well, these guys all gonna get 2 on Maxime most likely. Big moment. Quite a momentum shift. Coming down the stretch here, just 2 to play after this, and Jayden's gonna be the outright leader. Oh, that was scary.
Oh, good grab. Yeah, that was very right side. Caught that last link. Sucked it in, but that could very easily have gone out as well.
And there you have it.
Jayden leading at 20 under as he secures the birdie on hole 16.
Oof.
We have the final par 5, 275 meters. OB on the right side the entire way. these players are going to want to throw big distance twice. Very eagleable for some of these huge arms, and I think a birdie possibility for all of these players.
Yep, Maxime got it yesterday, and he's going to need it again today. 2 strokes off the lead now after taking a bogey there on 16.
He's definitely going to go for it at this point. Jayden, the defending leader, with a 1-stroke lead over Nate, who has a 1-stroke lead over Max, who has a 1-stroke lead over Ethan.
So exciting. And the wind's picked up. Great shot from Nate.
Of course it has.
Adding even...
Let's keep it exciting.
Even more drama to a super tense, exciting finish here. This is amazing stuff. What a pleasure to watch.
Nate looking like he pured it. Ethan here with a big swinging hyzer. You can see just how wide this fairway is. All that you really want to control is the distance and to not be too much on that right side, and you'll be just fine.
Our leader putting a great move on that Halo Destroyer. Fading out heavy, but right where it needs to be. Maybe a little left, but definitely workable. Huge shot here for Maxime. He needs to get as much as he can. This force has been so good for him. And again, great angle.
Oh yeah, that is
Perfect
big.
angle and speed. Way up
Full
there.
flight. Somehow both nose up and nose down.
Nice.
Pushing forwards while still having a ton of height.
Yeah, and he's way out in front of the others, so needs another shot like that to be in eagle position. Great swing here from Ethan. Excellent position.
Nate in a fantastic spot. Just getting another soft turnover up there. He will be playing for birdie.
Nicely done.
With, I think, a nice upshot to break through that tree line at the end from where he lies. And the more left you go of the green, rather than directly attacking it, the more it opens up the gap between those trees. Whereas if you're attacking them from behind, where these guys are on the fairway, the gaps are much narrower.
Good point. One fades out a little, and he'll have to get through those trees on his next shot.
All right. Max has done it before. He knows what he needs to do.
Most of the gallery's got their cameras out. They're looking to capture a highlight. Oh, it's a little bit too nose up this time.
Is it going to hit the trees? No, not quite. Goes really far, but doesn't manage to sit it down on the right side. I think he will still have just an upshot through the gaps to try and find his birdie.
Yeah, bit of a missed opportunity there. After that huge smash off the tee, you know he wanted it.
And still some distance left for Nate. Battles
Oh,
his way up there.
he's biting down on his disc, praying a little bit. Definitely feeling it. Tons of tension here. Battling for the really big win.
And not just for themselves, but as you mentioned, for their regions, their continents, their peers, their communities. A lot is on the line here.
Indeed.
All right, Jayden in a great spot. You can see how lateral he
Yep.
is to the green.
Yep, pin high.
and how much that opens up those gaps.
Got his zone. And perfect. Well, he's going to be in prime position to be your back-to-back national champion. Got one hole to go.
You think he's going to range that putt? Sorry, Jayden.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, solid bid from Max. He knows he needs it.
Another great knee putt approach from Maxime. We've been seeing him do that all weekend, and big moment here for Nate. Looks good. Oh man, clutch
and he
putt.
cashes it.
Wow.
He is really getting them when they count, and he is 3 down through the last 3 to match Jayden.
Got to see that again. What a huge clutch putt here when it matters the most. Knows he needs it to draw even, and he just hits it perfectly. And he is stoked. Ethan here. Nicely done.
Nice birdie putt. Pretty healthy. Tough with the nose angle from where he was, but got it just right. And here's Jayden to get to 21 under, take the lead by 1 stroke. The reigning defending champion.
Nice.
To put himself 9 down for the round, that is incredible. Matching some of the hottest rounds we've seen.
Yeah, this is so exciting.
And here we are, folks. The final hole of the final back 9 of your New Zealand Disc Golf Championships. Hole 18, par 3, 115-meter island hole. With hazard everywhere short, OB everywhere long, and a bunker to boot. This will really test the nerves of our players right at the end. This is make or break. Are you championship caliber or not?
Yeah, big score separator here with all that OB hazard. And man, feeling butterflies myself.
And you'll see that clubhouse full of spectators, the whole field out here to see who takes this one down.
Perfect.
Nate off the tee. This looks incredible.
Right under the basket.
That is perfect.
Yes. I
Sorry
like
for
what
that
you did
one,
there.
folks. As we look at the replay, gets the nice forehand hyzer, flips it up to flat over the OB, and skips it in with perfection.
wow.
He is pinned.
What a shot. Oh, that is incredible. Nicely done, Nate. Huge clutch moment there. That puts the pressure on the other guys.
So we know that Nate's going to be 21 under. Great shot by Ethan there. Fantastic back 9. He did not quite have the momentum in the front 9, but really had a fantastic finish to this round 3.
It's all going to come down to this. Jayden looking for a Mike Heiser with his Halo Destroyer. Hangs it out wide, coming in.
Did he hit the trees?
Wow. I think that's...
I didn't see it swing back in.
I think that's OB. Might have just caught that. Those kind of small trees there on the right, coming in. Oh, man.
Wow. Mac's going to crank on this Ruru.
Yeah, he needs...
2 behind the leader.
Ooh.
And he's just barely safe off the hay bale, avoiding that hazard. I think he made it to that safe landing zone. And we're going to have to see where Jayden's lie is. If he's not able to save par, you may be looking at Nate Perkins as your New Zealand Disc Golf Championship. Jayden, this is Max up first, rather.
All right. Okay.
this putt to retain his score of 21 under, saving par. Oy. And with Jayden taking a bogey,
Wow.
Ethan here putting for birdie, Max taking par, remaining at 19 under.
Oh, Ethan's been shooting lights out here on the back nine. He left a couple out there. 2 chain outs. That's an amazing pace he put on there. Started slow, but finished really strong. 6 down for the round. Very well played from him.
And Max, a pleasure to watch in these last 2 rounds. Fantastic angle control, tons of power, really exciting game.
Yeah, super talented.
Jayden,
And I like the emotion too.
just well-rounded all weekend.
Yes, he's a superstar for sure. Become a household name for sure. Comes up.
As he takes his bogey, falling to 20 under. You see here your 2023 New Zealand national champion, Nate Perkins.
Congratulations.
Let's go,
Yes.
baby.
Huge congrats to Nate Perkins. I believe that's the biggest win of his career. I can't say with certainty, but must be a great
Hey,
feeling.
he gets the main out, holds the trophy high to the applause of the clubhouse. What a battle from all of these men to the very end, the final hole deciding it.
This has been one of the greatest trips of my life. I've been in New Zealand for 5 weeks, and everybody has just been so accommodating, and it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. And I want to dedicate this win to my late friend Matt Mayo. He passed away. He loved disc golf more than anybody, and he said he just believed in me. And this is actually my first A-tier win ever in my career, and it's just such an honor. It's just such an honor to hold this trophy in front of you guys. Thank you so much.
Wow. What an emotional moment for Nate Perkins, letting his hair down, wearing his heart on his sleeve. And us.
A beautiful, touching message.
So happy for him. You heard it from him. First A-tier win. Huge moment. He's the New Zealand national champion. Congratulations, Nate Perkins. Very well played. Look at the finish. 4 birdies in a row to just steal that away from Jayden. What an incredible battle we just witnessed.
And Max taking third at 19 under, leading all the second round and the majority of the third round.
Yeah.
Nate takes his CTP as well to boot.
A little bonus.
Why not?
Park job at the most clutch moment.
Wow.
That was just magical. I mean, incredible action all the way through and a very, very dramatic finish. What a joy to watch. Thank you so much.
What a joy to commentate. Andrew, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch this exciting action. Thank you to MDG for all the hard work. Disc Golf South, who set up this course. Everyone involved. Thank you. We'll see you at the next tournament. Make sure to like and subscribe. And have a great day.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you all, and see you again soon.